Mr. DJ Rose, Verteezy, and C's. Welcome you to the No More Black Tears podcast.
Black tears that's heaven sent. Barack the first black president. I love my black skin. I love walking in black excellence. Black power, let's represent. All black, that's evident. I'm sure MLK and Malcolm X both didn't die for the hell of it. Strap a seatbelt, go and settle land. What makes you think that we would sell our land? We wouldn't sell out now. What makes you think that we would go ahead and try to sell out then? No more black tears, black on black kids. Love us as is, love with passion. Paying black bills, learning black skills, making black meals. Black is backing. Big shout out to Fred Hampton. I'm black and proud like I'm James Brown, but I ain't doing no acting. My people here from the motherland. This podcast now active.
Let's get it. No more black tears. We back in the building. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers. You know what I'm saying? Father's Day weekend. You know what I'm saying? Happy Juneteenth. You know what I'm saying? It's Juneteenth too. You know what I'm saying? And we do it for our people, man. We do it for the people. Make sure y'all do it for us. Go subscribe, share, you know what I'm saying? And tell a friend. And tell a friend to tell a friend. Verteezy. What we talking about today?
So speaking of Father's Day weekend, there was a woman who hopped on Bill Nye, the Science Guy's internet, and basically started saying how let's talk about a trying dad versus a neglectful mom. And she basically was trying to make the argument that, you know, people praise a trying dad, but let's be real, if a mom did what a trying dad, quote unquote, does, they would be viewed as a neglectful mom. And she started listing off stuff like not knowing what school the kid go to, only spending a few hours a week with the kid, you know, not knowing some of the friends, you know, but just because he's trying, people give him a pat on the back. Whereas if it was a mom doing that same stuff, they'll be viewed as neglectful. I'm gonna be honest. I feel what she's saying to an extent, but then it's also, what you talking about?
Yeah, right.
Because, and this why I wanted to go first, because my first thing is, man, it's whoever got custody of the kids, in my opinion.
That's right.
Like, if you got custody of the kids, then yeah, you should know all the teachers. You should know all the friends. Mm-hmm. You should know the exact name of the school and all that other shit. If I don't have custody of my kids, and I only get, and the court order says I only get them every other weekend, I get them half of the summer and all this other shit, right, and that's the court order now, yeah, bro, I'm not there 24/7, so I'm not gonna know every friend name. I'm not gonna know the parents' name. I'm not gonna know every teacher name. Now, I ain't gonna lie, you should try to know the school, but depending on the age of the student and how often they change schools and stuff like that, you know, and then how often these schools change their fucking names nowadays, because one day it's Washington High, and next day it's like, that's kind of racist, so we're going to James Brown High. You know, I can kind of understand that at that extent. So I feel like if her crux of the conversation was just two people raising a kid together, like there is no custody agreement. We have our child together. We live in the same house. Yes, if the dad is taking that kind of stuff back, then I would feel where she's coming from, especially if you both are working. Now, if you're a stay-at-home mom, then I'm not trying to even condone the dad not knowing all that shit, but that's one of the reasons why you're a stay-at-home mom, because you're supposed to hold it down at the fort 10 times than what I'm holding it down, because I'm making all the money and I'm going to work, so you can stay at home and make sure everything cool with the kids. So, like, that was my main initial thoughts of what she was saying.
Yeah, me too, because when I was watching, I was kind of lost, because I'm like, unless, especially if the kid is young, like, let's say elementary school, kindergarten, first year old, some of the kids don't even know what the name of their school is, which is a shame, but, or they don't know their teacher's name and things like that. And when they go on the weekend visit, they're not, sometimes the parent ain't giving the other parent all the information, like the school book and all that, even though they should, because they need to be doing homework on the weekend or studying or reading and things like that. It should be it should be some work being done on the weekend. It shouldn't be having fun all the time, like every weekend. So but like you said, and especially if they both living together and the father doesn't know some things, that does kind of look bad, I think. but I don't think that's a trying dad. Because that's the thing. I was kind of confused because like 'cause from what she was saying, but only reason I could hear what she was saying, like if the, the mom doesn't have custody of the kids, and yeah, you would neglect the mom.
Yeah, because if you don't have custody of your kids in 2020, like if you don't have custody of your kids as a mom, historically, not all the time, you did some shit to not have custody.
Yeah,
unfit mother.
Because if it's for the most part, especially depending on the state we're in, if it's even, they will lean to the woman.
so it's like, so if you don't have the kid and the mom is trying, yeah, you was a neglectful mom. That's why you don't have your kid. Your dad could be doing everything right, and still, if there's no evidence that the mom is being neglectful, then of course it's not going to take a child from their mom. So it's like, what are you talking about? It's almost like, what's wrong with you, ho? Like, what you talking about? Like, she should have broken down a little bit more than what she was talking about, because I was kind of confused.
She didn't want to, because she knew she would have broken down her whole conversation would have kind of sounded ignorant on the surface.
Yeah.
I do this, but dumb bitch.
So it's like, yeah, they're gonna give a dad more credit because the dad's already against the grain. He moving upstream.
Yeah, especially if it's a situation like I got written down in my notes. If it's a situation where the father got to fight to see the kids, spend time with the kids, be around the kids, take the kids to his place or take the kids out of town, then like, yeah, man, you trying. And to your point, Rose, like when you swimming with the current, that's easy. But when you swimming against the current, man, I got to give you extra points for that because it's a lot of stuff you dealing with. Especially, no offense to some of these moms, and it ain't all you single moms. But when you got all the assistance you have, and when you have society and Juice Man, you kind of hinted at this off the pod, where it's like, oh, she's trying, she's doing the best she can. With society will kind of baby some of these women and make them feel good about the mistakes they made, where sometimes society will hold a man's mistake over his head 10 times worse. Like, nigga, why is you broke? Nigga, you get a better job. Nigga, get 3 jobs. Nigga, hustle harder. Versus a woman, I just don't know how I'm going to pay my bills. I'm struggling. And now you go to the comment section and women saying, it's okay, sis. Keep trying.
Right.
Do your best. Da-da-da. But then you go to the man's comment section. You're like, man, I'm trying to pay for this stuff right here, man. But it's hard. Broke ass nigga, get another job.
Yeah. Broke ass nigga, you ain't shit. You idiot.
So tell me, Vertiza, you got some break it down. I know you got some points that you want to hit. But let's say dad is doing everything he's supposed to do. He has the information. He was given the information, but he still doesn't know it. He's not gonna get the credit if you was given the information. If you was given the answers on the test and you still made an F. I can't say you tried. I can't say you tried, and all you had to do is fill in the bubbles, and you had to answer.
I mean, I guess it just depends on how the information was given and what kind of memory the person had, man. Like, if we chilling and you be like, yo, this is my daughter's friend Keisha, and that's the only time I met Keisha. You said it at one time, and this isn't like we having a 50-minute conversation, and only 2 minutes was you telling me the girl's name. And you don't ever bring it up again. Like, yeah, I mean, you did tell me her name, and I should have remembered it.
No, you shouldn't remember the name. It's plenty of names, people name. I'm bad with names. I know me. I'm bad with names.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, some people's memory, like when it comes to that kind of stuff, ain't as on point. So it's like to that standpoint. I mean, yeah, you gave me the answer to the test, man, but man, I'm not a good test taker in that situation. And you didn't really give me enough time to really be around them. Versus the mom, you met Keisha 20 different times. You done met her parents multiple times. She done been to your house and played multiple times. So by now, you should know Keisha goddamn name.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that's not gonna make you a trying or a bad or neglectful parent, not knowing the kid's name. I'm talking about like maybe your doctor's name.
Oh, the doctor's name?
The doctor's name or what the doctor's office. Because sometimes you go to a doctor's office. Sometimes, especially, they might see the practice might have 3 or 4 doctors that they might see. So you might not know the PCP, the primary care physician, but you know.
How many times have you taken the child to the doctor's office, and for how long? Like, have they taken the child to the same doctor 5 different times at least, or is it they took the doctor one time and now it's like 6 months later?
No, they stay in the same city. They go to the same doctor's office. Lots of times when men are paying child support, lots of times the insurance is the kid has the man's insurance. Lots of time, not all the time, but lots of times. So in that sort of case, then you should probably know what doctor's office your kid goes to.
Oh yeah, you should know the doctor's office, a particular doctor. Yeah, you should know the doctor's office.
Yeah,
you know.
But you know what I'm saying. The doctors might change, but you should know. Oh, I know they go to this doctor's office.
Yeah, this is where they go. Yeah, you should know that, and you should know deeper stuff like that, like what they're allergic to, medications and stuff like that.
Yeah,
especially if you're involved to that in depth, with the child.
Yeah. So, but I'm not gonna give her a pass talking about they neglect. Trying dads get no, because if you's the mom, then especially I'm gonna go take it as the mom has primary custody of the kid, and you saying a trying dad, that means a dad is active in the life, and then if of course they go to, it's not lining up me.
Yeah, man. I think for women, man, and a lot of this stuff is about perception, unfortunately. And for women, they gonna always feel like they got harder in life, and men are gonna feel like they have it harder in life. Like it's hard because you can only like really talk about the life you're living, unfortunately. But like in terms of the way society has it, there are certain things women got harder, and there are certain things men got harder. But like for this particular conversation, when I look at the situation like Pursuit of Happiness, for example. Will Smith, wife leaving him in the movie, him being forced to be a single dad on the moment, trying to work, trying to find a place for his kid to stay, and find a place for them to live, it's different. Because I know plenty of women who might have a kid or two and can crash on the couch and people show them sympathy, but a lot of people don't want a grown man in their house, especially if they got a kid attached to them, and there's many different reasons for that. Sometimes it's because, I might have kids of my own, and I don't want another grown man, swinging his dick around my house. But I have a female, and I'm not saying that's right or wrong, but sometimes that be the perception sometimes. It goes also to, nigga, go out there and get another job. If you got to work 2 jobs to pay bills and put food on the table and stuff like that. Like, there's many different things that make it easier for a woman to, like, get around and life to be easy. Like, even if she doesn't have transportation, a lot of women can easily get rides to places they need to get to and from and stuff like that. Because a lot of people, like, I hate to say it like this. I heard Corey Holcomb say this. Society, a lot of times, view women as children. Like, they view them as helpless. So, like, you have a situation as a female coworker asks for a ride, and you might have 2-3 people offering them a ride home. But then it's a male coworker asks for a ride home, and you might not do the same thing. Same thing, like people driving and you see a woman walking, men and women, not just men, will pull over and say, "You need a ride, where you trying to go?" But you see a man walking, and it don't even cross your mind. Yeah, it don't even cross your mind to do that. So like these are some of the things you got to keep in mind. Like even with some shelters, not all, because they try to be gender neutral, but some shelters will lean more to, we trying to keep mostly women in here and stuff like that, and prioritize them over a man. So like,
sheds.
Yeah, exactly. So a lot of those things kind of play a factor into why a man has it harder, especially if we break it down to single dad, the single mom situations. There's just situations where a lot of times, a man is not going to be given a BOD.
He's not. Yeah, it's not. And I like what Corey said. I never heard him say that, but yeah. But the reason why I can agree with him because lots of grown women be out here acting like kids, like children, and lots of times you got to treat them like children. And it's like even grown men, or even grown women that got their stuff together. Sometimes you still got to treat them like women. I mean, not like children. It's like, and it's not funny, but it's true. So you got to treat them like children, and so that's why people treat them like children because they act like children. They know they got to do this, or they know they're supposed to do this, but what they do, they go out and do that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I know the rent is due, but
they work on their feelings.
Young Miami's in town for the day, and the ticket's $50, and I'm $100 short on the rent, but I got to go see Young Miami. That's something the kid would do, and that's what these hoes be doing.
It's not even a hoe.
Well, women, you know what I'm saying? Well, I'm gonna say them hoes. That's what them hoes be doing.
Them hoes definitely do that.
That's what them hoes be doing. And then they go to all the dudes they talk to. They start
like,
begging.
You know what?
They think it's okay to rob Peter.
I'm gonna say it like this. All hoes do it, but majority of women do it too.
Yeah.
And that's a fuck.
Yeah, women spend money, but hoes definitely have a tendency to rob Peter to pay Paul. Like, yo, I know I need to take this check and pay this bill, but I want to do this over here.
See. I rob Peter to pay Paul all the time.
Yeah, but a man got to do it for a reason, because at the end of the day, like, all of us grown ass men, and let's say you $200 short on your light bill or whatever, like car note or whatever.
But I got to pay the house bill.
You know, like you
ain't going to see Young Miami. You pay the mortgage for it.
You got to make.
I'm either paying the mortgage or I'm paying the light bill. Which one I'm doing?
But where's
you know what I'm saying?
You got to make a choice, because at the end of the day, you can't just, maybe if you got it like that, just make an ad online and say, "Hey man, dick for $40." Like, whereas a woman could be like, you know what? I'm gonna rob Peter. I'm gonna pay Paul later, and in worst case scenario, I'm sitting on $40-$50.
And then get mad when nobody.
I'm just going to beg a nigga that I know like me, that I don't never respond to his DMs. I'm be like, I'm so stressed out. I'm going through it, and then give this elegant sob story like you a Tyler Perry writer in a movie.
That's right.
And got this dude like, oh, how can I help? I just need $100.
You got to remember, I started this. I started this in 2016. I started this. Y'all new to this. I'm true to this. I started this. I was the first one putting ads on Craigslist.
Yeah. Selling pussy and stuff like that. Like, yeah, no.
It ain't so.
Like, but all this is true. Like, even for something that, and I'll say something small. Like, we all get hungry after the pie because we drinking and shit. Something as simple as, okay, cool, let's get on DoorDash or let's get in the car. Whereas hoes can be like, can you DoorDash something for me? Can you send me some money to eat? And niggas will send $20, $15, $30 so a hoe can get some food or whatever. Like, at the end of the day, all that shit adds up, bro. Mm-hmm. Like, the fact that you even can have that option gives you an advantage that most men don't have.
That's right.
You know, and sometimes women don't necessarily look
at
like
mad when you say no.
Look at that. But the last thing for me is, man, choices, man. And I think the reason why it's viewed the way it's viewed in this particular situation, if everything she's saying is true on the surface, I think in 2026, with the way we pushing freedom rights and, you know, the freedom movement, women's rights and women's movement, I think the issue is we understand that women are choosing to put themselves in these situations now more than ever. And what I mean by that is there are situations where people have said, like even homegirls and some of the girls and family members of some of the girls, now you know Juiceman didn't want to have that baby. You know? And so you got pregnant by him and you decide to have that baby. Now you mad that he ain't doing what he's supposed to be doing. Like, it's too many situations like that where women know that this nigga's a deadbeat, this nigga's always locked up, this nigga ain't never keeping no job, or this nigga just don't want to be with you because he already got a wife and kids or his own responsibilities. Now he's not showing up for you the way you want him to show up. And let me add this, the way he's supposed to be showing up, because that is his kid. But you made a choice knowing all of this beforehand. Not the woman who got tricked. You knew beforehand that you was going to be behind the 8 ball, and you still, instead of take the plan B, instead of go to the doctor or do whatever you had to do, you still decide to have this kid, and now you're online saying, I'm a single mother and I'm mad at my sperm donor. You know, like that's very different versus a man
That's messed up.
Who, yes, he better than you, and he made a choice, but he told you, man, I don't want to have this kid, but I'm not ready for a kid, and you still decide to have it, like, and he decides to be like, man, fuck it, I'm still gonna show up the best way I can. Yes, some people are gonna look at that and be like, Juice Man, he didn't really want to have that kid, but he do pick up his kid twice a month. He do send the money like he's supposed to. He do pick up from school every now and then. Like, that nigga is trying, even though he didn't want to be in this situation.
You can't get mad at him at that.
Exactly.
Of course, you go get praised because of that. Because I told you not to do it, and you did anyway, and I'm still stepping up somewhat to the task to be.
Yeah.
So yeah, you should get praised for that.
Exactly. Because that's like if you're a little kid and you like, I don't want no dog, and your parents get you a dog anyway. It's like, and if you take care of that dog just 25% of the time, hey, bro, you ain't want that dog to begin with. So, and I'm not trying to compare kids to dogs, but, I am just trying to say, like, ladies, try to understand it from that perspective.
This is America. Yeah, you can compare kids to dogs.
Like, just try to understand it from that perspective, man. You made that man have a baby he didn't want to have. So, like, if he chooses to show up, just understand, maybe your friends and family will look at it differently than you look at it. Because you probably should have made a different decision than have a baby by a man who didn't want to have a baby with you.
Facts on that one.
It's going to be Father's Day weekend like we just discussed, and there's going to be a lot of people that's going to have tears because their father ain't around. Some people going to have tears because they spending time with their father. Moving on to TNT.
Tears or no tears. Dynamite.
There was a white man who took his daughters. They both looked younger than 8 years old, into a Quick Trip gas station restaurant. He was trying to help them use the bathroom. He took them in the women's restroom, and by the time we see the video, he's helping his little girls wash their hands. Another white man started recording and saying, "You're not supposed to be in here. This ain't safe for the women. You need to be out of here. They should have been in the men's restroom." A female attendant.
That's not true.
A female attendant, the store manager came in there, assisted, didn't have no issue, diffused the situation. When the cops finally got there, the cops talked to both men and tried to get them both see both sides of the same story, and then did explain it. And that day, the father did nothing wrong, and the father did get on social media and say, "Yo, this is a situation a lot of girl dads deal with, and a lot of boy moms deal with when you're in a situation trying to determine which restroom to take them in, and I did what I thought was the best choice for me and my daughters at that moment, tears or no tears, y'all.
No tears, and it's fucked up because I deal with this situation. I'm a single father. I raised my daughter, and I always took my daughter to a woman's bathroom. Always took my girls to a women's bathroom. And the first reason I always took my girls to a women's bathroom, because I'm not saying always, most of the time, the women's bathroom is cleaner. So, and then I'm trying to show, okay, that's a women's bathroom. But nowadays, in 2026, that's not even a thing anymore. Is it? Because now you have restroom. It doesn't say women or man anymore. They got a lot of places got rid of that. It just says restroom. So there is I want to say etiquette when entering a woman's bathroom as a man or a restroom. You knock on the door, boom, 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 boom. Anybody in there? You know what I'm saying? If I'm going to a women's bathroom and it says women's, guess what? And I got my daughter, I'm knocking on the door, boom, boom, boom. Anybody in there? Then I open the door. Anybody in here? Then I go in and check all the stalls, make sure there's no women in there. Then I go and lock the door while my daughter is using the bathroom, or my daughters. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a smart way. That's a smart way to do it.
Yeah, man, I got tears. One, I got tears because men are seen as such predators in today's age that this is an issue. That's why, at the end of the day, that's why this is an issue. Because men are seen as predators and women are not. And anybody has the capacity to be a predator. We've talked on this podcast, on these very mics, about all the times where women have been predators on little girls and boys.
Like, for instance, okay, boom. They really don't see it as rape. So let's say you chilling with one of your homegirls and she put it on your pants and start sucking your dick. You didn't ask her to do it. You didn't tell her no, but she should start sucking your dick. That is not really considered rape. It is rape, but in the eyes of today's society, that's not rape because why? You wanted your dick sucked anyway. You're a man.
And the second reason why I have tears is it's so crazy this situation happened. Man, just a few months ago, there was a woman who got online, and it was a conversation full of women, and she basically said, "Hey, to all the in fact, it was a man who asked the question, hey, I got little girls. When I go to a place, do I take my little girls to the women's restroom? Because what I normally do is I find a woman and I say, can you help my daughter use the bathroom? And I stand outside. And literally, it was a stitched video where another woman came and said, this is a great question. Yes, sir. Come in the bathroom with us. With, and help her use the bathroom, It's a safe place. We do not care. Like if you have your little girl with you, if you have a little boy with you, we don't care. If you don't feel comfortable going to men's. And I went to the women's comment section, this was months ago, and it was full of positive comments saying, yes, come in the bathroom if you're trying to help your little girl use the bathroom and stuff like that. So to see a man make a big deal about this is just kind of crazy because a lot of the women in this very comment section, this video, thought the man that was recording was tripping, and they was praising the father, the trying dad, who was trying to help his little girls use the bathroom in peace.
Yeah.
In fact, it was actually a couple women who said, "Don't take your daughters in the men's restroom."
Yeah, I don't have any tears. It was a messy situation. It's too bad he had to go through it, but I don't have any tears for him. But what he should have said was, I identify as a girl. Dad.
Yeah, girl dad. Yeah.
But
I'm in this bitch.
But personally, if it was me, I would take my daughter into the male's bathroom. Because last time, because males, they're more private than females. Because females, they do some crazy stuff in the women's bathroom. So, but what Juice Man says is a good option to do if you want to take him into the women's bathroom. Knock on the door. You know what I'm saying? Anybody here? I'm a man. My daughter goes to the bathroom. I need to come in. Perfect example. But me, I don't think I'm trying to do all that. So I would probably take my daughter into the male's bathroom because in most males' bathroom, males aren't in there slinging winging. You know what I'm saying? Slinging in the wind. They're up against the wall. They don't want nobody messing with them. You know what I'm saying? You can go now, and also you can go into the male's bathroom, see anybody in there. Nobody in there. Go to the stall. Take you go to the stall. Close the door.
Would you go to the? That's what.
Nah, I would probably clean the bathroom, clean the toilet.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying? Clean the toilet. Just like when you go to the toilet and you gotta use the bathroom, you ain't gonna sit on it. You ain't just because it's dirty. You ain't gonna go to the women's bathroom. You go try to clean it up and use it. So that's what probably I would do. But I don't have any tears though.
Yeah, and I will say that I think one side note to this conversation is there's urinals in the men's bathroom and not in the women's bathroom. So there is I'm trying to wash my daughter's hands. And the man just got his dick out a couple feet away from my daughter. I can see that perspective too, that one of the women said in the comment section. Moving on to another father, who's a girl dad. So there was this man who basically, daughter was in a situation. Her boyfriend named Jerry Huggins had been aggressive to her. The dad thought that, Corey Burrett said, I'm going to step up for my daughter. He tried to confront the 19-year-old man. And next thing you know, he got shot in the chest a couple times. He survived. He lived. He made it. He was charged with attempted murder and
that's right.
And battery. He took the plea deal, and I thought it was 15 years. He actually got 13 years. 11 for the he took a lesser charge, battery, and the other charge was like something to do with a weapon, his gun.
Yeah,
so he took 2 years for that. 19. So he got 13 years total, and some people are mad that he didn't get more.
Yeah, I understand because you gotta realize he's 19, he's not fucking 21. You know what I'm saying? You 19 with a pistol. Nigga, no, you can't have a fucking pistol, nigga. I get tired of hearing this shit, seeing this shit. It's like, bruh. And then he was on the father's property. You should have been more, you should have more respect for the father. And that's why we dealing with these YNs now, because it would have been fucked up if the father would have goddamn smoked his ass.
Yeah, man, I got tears because man, women, y'all gotta just do a better job. Like, she 19 or 18 most likely because the boyfriend's 19, and there was no argument about an age disparity. So I'm just gonna assume she's 19 years old or 18. That's still old enough to kind of understand. I probably shouldn't be fucking with this type of nigga, if I grew up in this kind of household, because you put your father in a situation where he could have lost his life.
She didn't put her father in a situation.
Nah, if you fucking with, if your daughter's fucking with that type of nigga, and I don't want to make it seem like can't no nigga have that capacity, but when I look at the pictures, that he looked like a YN. So if your daughter's fucking with a YN, a street nigga, bring that foolishness to your house, and you as a father want to protect your daughter because you feel like that's your right, that's your duty as a father, like, yeah, your daughter needs to understand I got the type of father that's going to
this sounds like the father ain't street smart. Because a nigga like me, you on my land, hey bro, I'm bringing up. He might not know it. He probably got the pistol cocked and locked.
The neighborhood looked like a nice neighborhood. He could have been a suburban dad.
Yeah, he wasn't street smart. Because
who was living the right way, raised his daughter the right way.
Living the right way, nigga. That nigga should have been strapped. Like, bro.
He might not own a gun. He might not believe in that. Like, he might just be a suburban dad who was just doing the right thing and never thought his daughter would fuck with a nigga like that. That's my point. Like, why is you bringing this type of foolishness around here?
And see, that makes me think the father is a simp.
He could be. He could be a simp ass nigga, a lame ass nigga. Could be all of that, but he could just literally be like, "Yo, I raised my daughter to go after these type of men."
She's fucking with that nigga because you don't like him. She's fucking with that nigga because you don't like him as a man. As a father, she's gonna fuck with niggas you don't like. Okay, that's number one. She gonna fuck with niggas you don't like. So then the nigga you don't like comes to your house. I'm like, nigga, he's not street smart. That's not a no. Hell no.
Rose?
I got tears because even if he wasn't street smart, if he was street smart, he went out there. He did kind of rush the guy. But I don't think the guy deserved to get blasted for it in his own yard. You know what I'm saying?
Me neither. But that's
why I got tears. But I don't have any tears. I don't have any tears about the sentencing and anything that. He took the plea. Most of the time when DAs offer pleas, they talk to the family members or the victims. The victim advocate talks to them and say, or do you agree with them taking this plea, or do you want them to push back more or something? Lots of stuff that happen like it don't happen like that all the time, but sometimes it does.
Unless you Jamie Foxx in Law Abiding Citizen.
Yeah, it don't happen like that all the time, but you do hear about. I believe that's how the law system is supposed to work. But as Black people, we know the law system doesn't work out in our favor all the time.
Yeah, they're not obligated to even talk to the family about it. But to your point, Rose, most of the time they will consult with the family, like, yo, this is what we're thinking about doing, and here's the chances of us winning.
Yeah, so and it might and that's something. It's not the lawyer, but it's called a victim advocate that does it, and it's like, oh, they're planning on doing this, and these are certain ways you can fight it or whatnot. But I don't have any. He go sit down for 13 years or maybe less than that.
Probably half that time.
Yeah, but
he probably got to do all of it.
He'll probably get out by the time he's 28.
It wasn't Georgia.
I think it was Tennessee, wasn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't.
It was somewhere in the South though.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I got tears for the dad.
I'm sorry, but it's like with me. You can call my daughter, and she's gonna tell you right now, if she don't pick up that phone when I call her, nigga, the chopper is locked, cocked, and ready to go.
Man, you know that 19-year-old thought, I'm the man right here. I'm the man out here.
It would have been way.
Speaking of being the man out here, your boy Mystical just got sentenced to 20 years in prison for aggravated rape. What's your thoughts?
Dumbass nigga.
Man, the hoe went there and was like,
are you finna victim blame?
No.
Okay.
No. She chose.
I didn't make sure.
She chose to help the bear. She should have helped him. She chose to help the bear. She should have helped him. Man, I ain't got no
I'll
tears
tell
from
you
this
what
girl.
happened with that one. She said 2,000. That nigga said 200. That nigga went down.
No, what happened was he came in the room with his dick in his hand.
And he said, "Be cool." Hey
You
man.
gotta pay that ticket, man.
Hey man.
Pay that ticket, fellas.
Y'all must ain't heard about them bitches he beat up on his tour bus.
Hey,
Like, he been
she
trying.
know, we heard about it. She didn't hear about him.
He been. I ain't got no tears. Mystical been trying to tell y'all in his music how he get down. He been telling y'all danger and all kind of shit. And y'all thought these was just catchy lyrics.
Hold on.
No, it was a warning.
Hold on. Even Chris Brown said, "Don't be on that bullshit. You come to my house 3 in the morning, condoms on the dresser. Let's get ready to fuck. Cause don't be coming to my house with goddamn 3 in the morning talking about let's cuddle, bitch."
And you can't have tears with Mystical. This is not the first time.
No, this is not the first time.
This is not the second time.
Not the second time.
This is not the third time.
What?
This feel like the 100th time.
He done did this like 6 times.
And this is how many times they came and accused him.
Yeah, but he already told you. He come in the room, he got his dick in his hand.
Be cool.
So
If a nigga tell you to be cool when he come in the house with his dick in his hand, that's a problem. If a nigga walk through the door right now with his dick in his hand and say, "Be cool," no, I'm not being cool.
That nigga getting shot.
it's time to go.
It's time. No, it's time for him to go.
Yeah, over with.
No, it's his house.
Oh, in his house, then we gotta run a body here.
It's time to go.
He said,
Okay,
"I'm gonna fuck
Diddy.
everybody in here, not me."
Okay, you get the baby oil ready? Okay, did it.
Hey man, so from your rap, Mystical is your rapper's favorite rapper, but what most people consider the GOAT rapper, Jay-Z, basically released the anniversary of Reasonable Doubt vinyl record only in Target, and he's taking a lot of backlash because of the recent boycott that the black community has had on Target. What's your thoughts on this?
You should have did Walmart too. We fucking up. Walmart, Sam's, Costco's, all that shit. Why it's just Target? 'Cause I don't shop at Target.
I think he did that. But you also got to look at like Jay-Z is always that guy that's going to try to get money over anything else. You know what I'm saying? It's always about, you know what I'm saying? He always about his hustle. It's always about his money. He don't care about nobody else. So yeah, I don't have no tears for him doing it. I don't have no tears for anybody being mad about it. If people can be mad about it all the time, I bet you it's gonna sell out. Because he knows how to make money. He's the ultimate business rapper. You know what I'm saying?
The only people that still goddamn buying. That's what it was. Right, bro.
Yeah, but people are still putting vinyls out, but lots of people they put it on their website because he could have easily put it on a website, his own website, and people would have sold it out. So I can understand why people are upset about it because the DEI or the DEI situation that Target once Big T came in office and shut all that down, and Target was one of those big companies that agreed with it. So I can understand that. I don't have no tears either way though, because it's gonna sell out. If you're supposed to be more kind, don't buy it. But guess who's gonna buy it? And white folks and Negroes gonna buy it.
Hey man, I ain't got no tears because I never viewed Jay-Z as for black people. I never viewed him as one of those rappers that was about black people more than himself.
It's always about that. He got one color.
Yeah, green and blue. Like paper. Like that's how I always viewed it. Like when he said the whole shit with the collar cap and then he got in that situation, people thought he was gonna make it better. Then he gonna turn around and say we're past kneeling. Then recently he said in a GQ interview, oh, we're past battle rapping. Then the Roots Picnic does a freestyle where he's battle rapping. Like Jay-Z to me has always been kind of a hypocrite. Like I'm not even the biggest Dame Dash fan, but you can't be my man's Rose. You can't be my man's Juice Man, and your teeth out here falling out on the internet, and I don't look out for you. So I never viewed Jay-Z as someone that's for the people, man. So shout out to Jay-Z, man. Get your money, dog. And a lot of you niggas that's online talking shit. Guess what? I bet y'all cop that vinyl. I bet y'all cop Unreasonable Doubt and get that vinyl. So
I would have got it, but I don't fucking shop at Target. That's why I don't know about it.
That's not even his best album to me, man. Moving on to the last TNT of the night.
I don't think he did it because he thought it was best. It's a 20-year anniversary.
Yeah, it's an anniversary of it. So. But there was a woman in Brazil, and since she was bungee jumping, There was a group of dudes who basically was working for the company. They had her, and they was on like a little cliff. They threw her off, but if you look at the video, her rope wasn't attached, so she just went free flying. She fell, hit the ground. Unfortunately, the reports say when people got to her, she was not even dead yet. She ended up dying a few minutes after they got to her, so ain't no telling what kind of pain that was and what was going through her mind as she was falling through that sky. Apparently, once it happened, a lot of the people who run it tried to run off in the woods and get away, but they all got caught. Tears or no tears.
I ain't got no tears. When you play silly games, you get silly results. You should be out there bungee jumping. But she was from that country. She wasn't a tourist. It's a Brazilian woman. It happened in Brazil. But my thing is like, you're not checking like I ain't got no rope on me. Like I ain't got no bungee cord on me. And none of the people was checking. Like it was so many people out there. It was so many people out there. It's like they was all in cahoots with you. We about to kill you. Oh, you want to die tonight?
She fucked everybody on that goddamn shit.
You ready to die? Like you down? Like she took one for a team. She was a human sacrifice.
Man, I'm gonna keep it real. I ain't got no tears. And the reason why I ain't got no tears, man, the reason why you don't see a lot of stories like this concerning black people is because, man, we don't be trying to just do on.
According to this man, Brazil, they are black.
They are black, my dude.
She didn't look black, but she was Brazilian.
She didn't look black, but she might have been Brazilian.
The reason why she was black.
The reason why you don't hear a lot of stories like this with black people, blackity people, the black people selling Juneteenth right now. The reason why you don't see stuff like that is because black people, man, first of all, we're not trying to experiment with all this different stuff. We're not trying to go skydiving. We ain't trying to go bungee diving in just unsafe areas unless it's like what you call that big little soft thing that people land on, crash.
Trampoline.
Yeah, like a trampoline or something. Like unless we know it's like a safety precaution in place.
Safety net.
Yeah, safety net or something like that. We're not trying to do all that extra shit. And also to Rose's point, man, I'm gonna keep it at a stat. Man, if I would have did this, keyword, if I would have, man, every other second I would have been pulling on the rope like, hey, is this thing attached now? Hey, okay, so it's attached to me, but what is it attached to? I would have been trying to make sure, that I'm safe, man. So
there was literally nothing attached to her.
Exactly. Like I would have been checking myself because I would have been scared of what anything could happen, man. So I ain't got no cheat,
but it was just so crazy because when I first heard about it and I first seen it, I was like, oh, maybe the cord wasn't attached to the bridge.
Nah, it wasn't attached to her.
It was attached to her. It was like there was nothing on her, and it was like 3 people holding her. There's plenty of bystanders looking at it, filming it. And it's like, and nobody, and the rope's just on the ground. Like nobody just said, hold on, there's no rope attached to her. How does this even work?
Man, I'm trying to tell you, man. Hey, man, she wanted to fly like the eagle, and she was in the air for a second soaring with them, and the eagle was like, how long is she going to stay up here? Not long enough. I don't know what's wrong with these hoes. What's wrong with these hoes, y'all?
What's wrong with them?
So there was a man who got on Bill Nye the Science Guy internet, and he basically was showing screen text of basically an interaction of a woman and a man talking about, dating. Now, he paid for, she's a single mom, by the way, y'all. He paid for the first babysitter. Mm-hmm. So now it's time for the second date. She kind of was blowing him off. She wasn't really responding to his text messages. She said that she got busy. So when it was time to plan the actual second date, she was like, oh, yeah, I just don't have the money for the babysitter. I don't have no one to watch him. And then he said, cool, just let me know you can get that taken care of. And she was like, so you're not going to pay for my babysitter again? And he was like, so hold up, I did the first time. Is this something I do every time? And she said, well, you the one who want to go out with me, so you the one who want to take me on a date and yada, yada, yada. So basically, he ended up just stopped talking to the hoe. Mm-hmm. What's wrong with these hoes thinking niggas got to pay for a babysitter because you chose to have a kid?
It's crazy because he was like, I could do it sometimes, but are you expecting me to do it every time? And she was like, yes, you're according to me. You're supposed to pay for my babysitter every time. And I'm like, how in the world is he supposed to pay for your babysitter every time? Like, this kind of goes back to the first topic of a trying dad and a neglectful mom. Like, you's a neglectful mom. Like, you can't find somebody to watch your kid, but you want to go outside and pop that. Hold on. How's it? This don't make sense. This don't add up. I I know hoes think 2 + 2 is 6, but and last time I checked, it's not. And y'all hoes is thinking it's 4, but no, you gonna hit the dough because it don't make any sense at all. How in the world does he have to, or he's supposed to be responsible because he want to take you out? Don't you want to find a spouse or a mate too? Don't you want to act or seem like, you might not want to act like it, but don't you want to seem like you got some kind of responsibility that you take care of your own business? How you expect to find somebody that's going to take you seriously and you out there moving like this? I don't understand that. That's like, it doesn't make any sense at all. And lots of women have the same mindset, but it might not be about a babysitter, but I know a couple weeks ago or last week we talked about, oh, I can't go out unless you pay for my hair or my nails, or I can't go out unless you buy me an outfit, or why? Why we just can't chill? And if you don't have a babysitter, why he can't go over there and chill with you? Because, or why you can't come to my spot to chill with me? We can watch movies, we can do all kinds of stuff. We can have a picnic. Your kid can come too. If you feel like you taking me seriously. Otherwise, you don't need to be talking to this guy if you don't want to be around your kid.
And that's the question. How long should it be before you introduce your kids to the person you date?
And that's the thing about that's on every person's. But you take them to daycare, they don't know the people at daycare. They don't know the people at school. They don't know the people that's cutting their hair. They don't know those people. But you take them there. Why? So if somebody's spending money on you and you think you're taking them serious, why can't they be around the kid? You take them around strangers all the time.
Right. Yeah, I agree with Rose's point, man.
Right. I feel him, but I don't think there's nothing wrong with if we go on a date. I know that you're a single parent. I need to pay for what is it called?
The babysitter.
The babysitter
every single time.
But that's when the number comes in. How many days it goes before I meet your kids?
Yeah, but even if you meet the kids, you might be going to a place where you can't bring kids.
You go to a place, I'm saying, okay, because once you meet the kids, then you can kind of see where the kids are at, how bad they are.
Yeah, but if you're going to, let's say y'all going to a nightclub for a day, or y'all going to a bar for a day, you can't bring a kid.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like it takes a village to raise a child. So like, once I meet the kid, I'm meeting the babysitter. Who is this babysitter?
You're not gonna meet the babysitter.
Huh?
Because the babysitter ain't no babysitter. The babysitter is her mom, her sister, her cousin. She just
Belly out there told you. Tell your mom to watch the kids, ho.
Okay.
Bounce like your friend do.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Okay, so okay, boom. If it's the mother, then once I meet the family, it's cut in half. Like it reduces. I'm not gonna keep paying. Let's say you start out paying $50, date 3. Then you meet the mom, just the babysitter. Boom. Okay, boom. What is $50 going? You see what I'm saying?
To the mom to watch the kid.
Okay, to watch the kids.
Yes, to watch the kids. Okay.
$50 to watch the kids.
Okay.
She got 5 kids.
Okay, cool.
So you gotta understand, you dated a woman with 5 kids. So if you gonna stay with this woman with 5 kids, you gotta understand.
Oh my God, nigga, how we go from 1 kid to 5?
Because you said $50.
so it's gonna be $10 per kid.
I'm just saying, 1 kid is your mama. Bitch, don't ask me more than $10. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying. You see what I'm saying? So what the fuck is $10 on a date? You see what I'm saying? That ain't shit. You see where I'm coming from?
Hey man, I'm be honest though. I think this is the reason why, like I said this on the pod like years ago, it's just easier for people with kids to date people with kids. Because you're more sensible to what they're dealing with. Because if I got kids and you got kids, it's easier for me to meet you on that level and understand, yo, it costs money for someone to watch your kids all the time.
Kids gotta eat while you're home.
They gotta eat it. Like but if I don't have kids, if I made the responsible decision to not have kids, and you chose to have kids while I was out here.
How many kids? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It don't matter. It could be 1 kid, it could be 7. But if you made the decision to have kids or a kid while I wasn't, and now I gotta contribute to someone watching and feeding your kid, just take you on a date.
You don't have to. She fine, ain't she? She fine as wine. She a 10.
No,
she got 7 kids. Are you gonna fuck with her or you ain't gonna fuck with niggas? That simple. And if you fuck with her, you gotta know that she got 7 kids, so that shit costs fucking money.
So now this is the second conversation. If I'm just trying to fuck her, then it is what it is. I'm gonna do what I gotta do to fuck. But if this is a woman I'm courting, like she was saying, like she's saying you trying to court me. If I'm trying to court her, I need to know, are you able, because I'm gonna be honest, if I was to seriously date a woman who had a kid or kids, however you want to say it, I need to know that you can sustain yourself without me. Because if you can't take care, well, part of you being able to take care of your kids is being able to pay for babysitter yourself.
No, she's the babysitter. So you gotta realize she babysits.
So my question is this: when I go on Instagram and I see you in the club throwing ass with your friend,
somebody paying that shit.
And your kid not in the club. I don't see no mention. I don't see no little nigga walking around.
Somebody paying that shit. Best believe.
But who's paying it? A nigga she fucking or is she paying it?
The nigga that's in the corner.
Her homegirl paying it because she in the club with a homegirl.
Oh, it's a homegirl paying it.
No,
exactly.
But they in the section, right? So that means stay with a nigga that you didn't see in the picture because the nigga in the corner buying the bottles.
And that's my point. You can't sustain it yourself. So I don't want to even deal with women who can't properly take care of herself and her own child. I'm not finna deal with that. That's just too much. She's
not in the club. She's not in the club. She's at the house dealing with the shit.
Yeah, but if you need somebody to pay for you to go out and leave your house to watch your kid, and you don't have the funds to do that yourself,
well, that's an issue. Put it like this: you want to fuck with the 10, or you want to fuck with, I don't know. It's like this.
Man, I want to fuck with the physically responsible woman that can be better yoked for me. That's what I want to fuck with.
She's not gonna be a 10.
Okay, she gotta be a 10 then. I don't care if she gotta be a 10.
Where you go? How low? Where you go?
She just gotta look good to me. I don't care.
She gotta look good to you.
Yeah, she's gotta look good to me, bro. She can be a 5. If she look good to me, that's cool with me. That's cool with me.
But I'm thinking with the women you like, you only date 7s or better.
So you trying to tell the people listening to the pod that I only date 7s or better? No,
yeah,
Hey, don't believe that, ladies. I don't fuck. I don't fuck with lower than 7s.
But you don't like them, though. Ain't your preference? Ain't what you like. I know what you like.
7 is not even a number. Remember, 7. Remember, Godfather Kevin Samuels said you can't even pick 7.
Yeah, you can't pick 7. It's either 8 or 6.
So she's a 6.
Okay, yeah, I definitely fuck with some 6s now.
Damn.
For sure.
No 7s?
Hey, but I'm telling you,
7's not a number.
7 definitely don't exist.
Personality.
What the fuck?
Personality.
Godfather Kevin Samuels, rest in peace.
Yes. Ladies,
7s don't exist.
Personality matters, and your ability to take care of yourself. I don't care if you work at Walmart. I don't care if you're a nurse. Your ability to take care of yourself matters to men that can handle their business.
Hold on, I'm married to 7, so hold the fuck up. There ain't no 6 7s?
No, there's no 7s.
Yeah, because every woman would choose 7 if that was the case. It's an easy number to pick.
It's God's number.
Yeah, man.
Damn, that's fucked up.
Moving on to the last topic of the night. Something that a lot of the ladies might be interested in. So there was a conversation about work from home culture where one man basically made a couple points about how work from home culture has created a toxic narrative in America right now. And it's very harmful and makes it hard for people to be successful. What's your thoughts on this work from home culture we have from people who be actively trying to only work from home? Is it good? Is it bad? How do y'all feel about it?
Bro, I don't know. I gotta get more explanation about this because I don't understand the work culture from home yet.
So let me go and tell you some of the pros because I looked up different journalistic papers, and so here are the pros from work from home: the flexibility it gives the individual, the autonomy it gives you.
I know all that.
The ability to not commute. Productivity is supposed to be increased because you're working from home. And you can work from all over the world. So now it allows people to live in Augusta, Georgia, but your job is located in Asia. Your job is located in LA. But here's the cons. It creates isolation because you don't have that work environment where you can interact with your coworkers like you would if you actually was going into work. It blurred boundaries because you got some people who might wear a suit even though they're home, but you got some people who might be in their pajamas even though they're home because they're not on camera, for example. And some people, for example, might drink while they on the clock or smoke weed or whatever because they feel so comfortable because they're at home. Communication issues because everything is done via over the phone, over Skype or FaceTime or something, or emails, or maybe text messages versus face-to-face communication. For some people, the home setup costs, having to actually pay for the equipment to work from home. And then there's the risk of productivity because everyone doesn't have the capability of maintaining productivity and not having a constant supervisor over their shoulder while they're at home. So those are some of the pros and cons. I'll say this right here. I think work from home is cool. I think there are certain jobs that if we can eliminate a reason for them to have an office, I don't see an issue from working from home because I think that actually benefits and I think it actually makes it easy for those people who have families, for example. Like if you have kids and you're trying to raise your kids a certain way, that makes it better. But I do look at it like, and I have wrote in my notes, I view it like taking online classes. It's not built for everyone because like you do have a workload you have to actually get done. And when you take online classes, do you have that self-motivation? Do you have the motivation to do your work like you're supposed to do and not just jerk it off to the next day or just say, yeah, I know I'm supposed to clock in at 8, but I'm just going to sleep till like noon and I'm going to just try to do my work in like the last 3 hours of whatever, my shift or whatever. I feel like that's something that, has to be kind of like a risk for a lot of people right there. And then the fact that you have people, who literally don't be doing nothing when they're at home or don't be working from home. They be doing other stuff. Like they're clocked in technically and they're just doing other stuff. Like they're just out and about, just, traveling the city, doing all kind of other stuff. Like that's the risk you run when you allow some people to work from home. I feel like this is more so, and we've been talking a lot of gender conversations tonight. I feel like that's more of a risk you run with women, to be honest. I feel like a lot of men who work from home, for the most part, would do what the fuck they're supposed to do. But lately, from my personal experience, I've seen a lot of women who want the option to work from home, who want to work from home. I don't even know too many men who want to work from home. And when I say want to work from home, what I mean by that is I'm actively looking for a job to work from home. Or I have an opportunity to make more money, but it means I got to go to an office every day. I'd rather just be able to be home. Whereas I've seen women where I've told them like, oh yeah, man, yeah, you can do this right here. Does that require me you gotta go somewhere? Like, I mean, yeah, you complain that you're only making $15 an hour right now. This job pays $25 an hour. Like, yeah, you gotta clock in every day at a white man's establishment. Oh no, I need to be home because I need to be near my kids and stuff like that. Like that is some of the toxicity that we have today brewing in our country. Sometimes it seems like people are too lazy to actually go clock in.
Yeah, working from home is not a you're not supposed to be watching your kids while you work from home. This is not a free babysitter. You're not supposed to be doing that. You're not supposed to be doing that. And lots of women want to do that because they think, oh, I ain't got to pay a babysitter. I ain't got to take my kid to daycare. No, just because you're working from home, that does not give you an excuse not to. You're supposed to be on the clock. You're not supposed to be watching your kids while you're on the clock. Yes, unless it's bring your kid to work day. You're not supposed to be watching your kid or you're not supposed to be doing anything else but working. And it takes a strong person because lots of people. I think COVID messed it up because when COVID came, because people before COVID, there was people that worked from home, but there was no such thing as, oh, I want to work from home. That wasn't a thing.
It wasn't acceptable to the majority of the public. Like you said, COVID set it up where a lot of people had to work from home. And I've heard stories like if you watch Vlad TV, where he talks about once COVID was completely over, he had to lay off like 50% of his staff because they didn't want to come back to the office.
Yes. And it's like, so you cannot, and you have to be able to function without oversight. You know what I'm saying? And lots of times you will see women want to work from home. What they be doing on TikTok Live, streaming. Oh, I'm at work, but you're streaming. You're doing all kind of other stuff, but you're supposed to be working.
Yeah, because if you ain't got the discipline to do your job when you in the actual building, if you're on TikTok Live, if you're on Tag Live, Instagram Live, Facebook Live, and you at this white man's building, you probably gonna do the same thing if you're at home, to be honest. And to add to the conversation, a woman was talking about it hurts a lot of women because a lot of women are the ones who actually are pushing the work from home in terms of their growth in the work environment, in terms of being promoted. And I looked up a couple of statistics. So Forbes, it says you are 24% less likely to be promoted if you work from home. Wall Street, you are 31% less likely if you work from home. And to be honest, some of that I think is because of visibility. Because like I've worked night shift most of my life. And I'll be honest, you have to work twice as hard if you're on night shift or in this situation work from home to get promoted, because the people who matter, they're not seeing how good of a worker you are. They don't see, oh, Rose is actually one of the best people we have here. They might hear your name, but they don't put a face to the name. Whereas somebody who's not half as qualified for you, they work on first shift, and because they work on first shift, they get to actually rub shoulders with certain people, and those people get to see them every day. And sometimes it's just something simple as, man, they kissing ass.
Yeah.
And you don't get the opportunity to kiss ass because you work night shift or you work from home. And they just know what your voice sound like, but they don't know what you actually do when you actually at work and all that other stuff. And that's another thing that sometimes you got to decide, like, is it more important for me to move up the corporate ladder, or am I comfortable just where I'm at? Because that is a risk you're taking when you work from home, that it is harder. It's not impossible, but it is harder to get those promotions.
And also that some work from home jobs, they don't really have promotions. It just, you can get a lateral movement or whatnot, but that work from home, like I remember they had a not a comment, but they had a question on, I guess, on social media, and they said if you had the chance to make $200,000 to be in the office, and then you had the option to make $150,000 to stay at home and work, and people was in arguments about, oh, I'll take that 150 and and work from home,
And people want to be comfortable.
And people were mad, like, oh, and it comes to comfortability, and it also comes to stagnant, and it also comes to some people have anxiety and depression and things like that. Once they get into that shell, they don't want to come out of it.
Yeah.
And it's like,
it's addictive, and being alone.
And being comfortable.
Yeah, like when you in your own peace and quiet and no one's fucking with you, that can become real addictive. A lot of people, when they decide to take a step back and they stay in the house for a year and see how peaceful it is, that becomes real addictive than being around people all the time.
Yeah, because and the thing about when they ask that question, 200,000, 150,000, those are amazing numbers. Like, you can't give somebody those options that's only making $40,000, $50,000. Yeah. Of course, they go take the easier option.
They'll take the 150 and just stay at home, But if you're a people person, like, someone like myself, I like going to an actual job every day and interacting with people and building relationships with those people and joking and talking with them people and, bonding with those people. Like, I enjoy that aspect of actually going to work every single day versus, like, I probably would go crazy just being at home every single day. Because for me personally, mentally, I might not have the capacity to just sit at home and just be like, damn. Because I took online classes, and I remember telling C's when he told me he was taking an online class a year or so ago. I was like, yo, bro, I did not know how hard that was till I actually had to do it. I always thought it was just easy to take online classes. It's a different level of focus, attention to detail, accountability you have to do that stuff. And it's it's 20 times, it's 100 times that when it comes to an actual job to put food on your table, the level of attention to detail and accountability you gotta have, where it's like, yo, I have to wake myself up at 8 because I have to do this versus, man, you know what? I can sleep till 9:30. Ain't nobody going know.
Yeah, and it's crazy when you talk about the online class. Cause I remember when I was in college and we had online classes, we actually had to log in, and it wasn't, the back then wasn't, you was on computer, you wasn't on face to face. So it was like you had to log in, like I guess discussion boards. You just had to be online. You had to be online.
Yeah.
You had to participate in things like that. But now online classes, lots of them you don't even have to do all of that.
No,
All you have to do is you have to do the work.
Yep.
And like, when I learned that, I'm like, you ain't got to go to class. Like, oh no, you just got to do the work.
Yep.
You just got to do the work. Like, and it's like most of I'm gonna say 90% of like big college athletes, they don't even go on campus to go to school anymore. All their classes are online.
And for me, I ain't gonna lie, that first month was a struggle because I was someone that I always built a rapport with all my professors and all my teachers.
Mm-hmm.
So like I would like after class, I'd be like just start talking to them, and it could just be about bullshit. Like they wearing a Falcons hat or a Hawks hat or something. And I just started talking about sports and we built a relationship. And then they have office hours and I go to their office and stuff like that. And it's the same way it work. Like there could be like some stuff you need to get taken care of with HR or supervisor. And yeah, you can text them, you can email them, you can call them if you work from home. But man, do you know how like it be a lot of days I get off work, HR will be here by 8 o'clock. Man, I get off around 7:30. Man, I'm gonna go and get me some breakfast because luckily my job serves breakfast, for those who listening. So I'll eat some breakfast. HR, I'll go back there, find an HR lady. Yeah, man, I got this going on. Can you explain this to me? Like be able to have that face-to-face conversation where they can explain to you what's going on versus just read an email and I got questions and I gotta wait. So how long until she respond back to the email?
And that's another thing, like, cause I'm not a phone person. I don't like to talk on the phone. I'd rather talk to somebody face to face. And email, text. I'm a big texter. I rather text than call. That's with my close friends and family. But as far as like say I'm doing something or I got to go do something, say business, some kind of anything, I would rather be able to walk into a business and be able to see somebody face to face and talk to them and
tell them what my issue is
and figure out the issue, other than I gotta send an email and I gotta do this.
Now I'm refreshing my email every 5 minutes.
Yes, I want to be able to get this thing done and be over with, and instead of me worrying about like, dog, did they respond to me yet? Did they respond to me yet? Oh no, I got send another.
Especially in 2026, where the email might come from a generated bot. Whereas a person can go into detail like, well, this is what the company does, but to be honest, how long you been with us or what you got going on, and they give you a better breakdown. Like, especially like for those listening, like, hey man, talk to your HR people, man, build a relationship with them because they'll actually will help you set your stuff up to actually save you money when you file your taxes and stuff like that a lot of the times. And that's just something that sometimes, working from home makes it kind of harder. But at the end of the day, I don't see anything wrong with working from home if you're doing it for the right reasons.
Yeah, and also it's also cons from working home because when people hear you work from home, they be like, oh, you ain't doing nothing. Oh, you ain't doing nothing.
Like you just chilling.
You ain't doing nothing. Oh, you can do this. You can do this.
And you can take me here real quick.
You can do this. You can do this. You can do this. Or I can bother you any time of the day because you just work from home. You ain't doing nothing.
Oh man, it's 10 o'clock. I gotta go to bed, man. I gotta get up in the morning. But you work from home though. You can stay up all night.
Yeah, and you get that constant, and so it's like you have to
deal with stigma.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, you don't do nothing. No, you work for free. You get paid for free. No, people actually work.
Yes, people actually do their job.
So it's like and the fact that women, like you said, lots of women, and COVID did that. COVID did that because if it wasn't for COVID, most of this whole women didn't even know what work from home was.
Yeah.
Only work from home they were doing was selling it.
Yeah, man, selling it for the 40, man.
In calls.
Yep, that's pretty much it, man. Like, but then when you started getting to work from home, like I know a lot of women who was at Sitel, and some of them call centers, which is shut down now. Like when you drive by some of the places, it's like, damn, Sitel used to be at a little call center. And them motherfuckers work from home now.
Like, Comcast, Affinity.
Yep.
And other cities, I don't know about here, but I know other cities have friends that work from home. They was in the office sometimes, but then they got the ability to work from home, and they were putting in work. But Also, those were dudes.
Yeah.
Women. I know some women that work from home, but then they was also. But it's pros and cons because you can go to school. There's all kinds of things you can do.
It does help. Like I know women who will have two jobs. They'll work from home and do another job while they technically clocked in and work from home.
And the whole that one woman she just got arrested or fired. I don't know if she got arrested and fired, but she had 3 work from home jobs and was doing all 3 of them at the same time, and she made so much money.
Yeah.
So I want to say she got arrested because it was some kind of fraud or she did something. It was something that she got in trouble for. I ain't gonna say she got arrested, but and it was a white woman too.
Yeah.
But
she
was running the lick. She was running the lick.
That is a lick. You getting paid to do 3 jobs from 8 to 5. Come on, man. You can't do all 3 jobs at the same time.
And she was getting paid for it. She was running the lick. But also you got to know when to stop.
Yeah.
You got to know when to quit.
You know? And there's some work from home jobs that are set up like online classes where you have agendas and you have goals you got to meet, and you got to meet in this time frame. I'm pretty sure it is. You know, I've never really had to work from home, so Rose can speak more on that. But there are work from home jobs where you are clocked in from this time to this time, and they need you. You need to be accessible. So it's not something that's just as simple as, yo, we need you to complete A, B, and C, and D by June the 25th. And it's June 1st now. It's not just as simple as that all the time, which sometimes people don't, fully grasp and understand, man. So, this can be a very rewarding thing, but it can also be something that's very toxic and hold people back. Final thoughts, everyone?
My final thoughts, man. Shout out to everybody that's doing their thing, man. Shout out to all the fathers that's doing their thing. Shout out to all the fathers that, like the first topic said, are doing, try is not in my vocabulary. Shout out to all the fathers that are doing their best and doing what they're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? And not the child support daddies. You know what I'm saying? Some of the child support daddies say, "Oh, I did everything I want to do. I did this." Man, you a child support daddy, man. You just did the bare minimum. You can't get the credit that everybody else is getting. You know what I'm saying? But you still a father, man. But happy Father's Day to you. But happy Father's Day to all the real fathers out there, all the guys that took care of their kids, took care of other people's kids. Shout out to all the stepdaddies. You know what I'm saying? Stepdaddy. Shout out to all of y'all stepdaddies. Shout out to all the real daddies. Shout out to all the uncles that step up. Shout out to all the granddads that step up. Shout out to all the godfathers that step up. Shout out to all the daddies. Shout out to every man that does the thing. And women, just because you took care of the kid by yourself doesn't mean you get to celebrate Father's Day. This is not for you. Mother's Day is in May. This is June. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be a stud, be a stud. You know what I'm saying? It's Pride Month too. But you can't have Father's Day and Mother's Day too. No, you can't do both.
Hey, man. It's been a lot of stuff going on in the Black community for the last couple of weeks. And I'll be real, there's been a lot of cooning by a lot of niggas in the Black community. And they've been trying to make excuses like, well, you shouldn't do this, or you shouldn't do this, or why you had this, or why you had that. Most recently, man, we had a little 1-year-old child, Cohen Wiley, that was shot and murdered by the cops recently in Mississippi. And unfortunately, some people want to focus more on the mother stealing the Pampers and the mother driving the car, in the direction of the cops. And there's a lot of disputing arguments of that. Some people say that the cops, a cop got hit. Some people say the cops didn't get hit. The car was going towards the police officers. Now, what's not undisputed is pretty much she was stealing Pampers. And now people trying to have a commentary on the economy we live on in terms of all that. Now, let's make the main thing the main thing. The main thing is at the end of the day, there's no need for a police officer who's certified by their state to fire into a car if there's no immediate danger or threat to themselves or others. Because at the end of the day, it's 2026. We have cameras everywhere. If someone is caught stealing, there's no need to shoot them. If they're not a threat, you can use those cameras to find out who they are, There's cameras in the parking lot. You can get their license plate and most likely find out where they live or where they work and then arrest them at a later date. There's no reason why a 1-year-old black kid had to be murdered because an overzealous cop, especially in the community when you read the reports of people saying the last 3 years, the tensions between black people and the police department has been on a high. And once again, this is Mississippi. For those who are black, we know the history of Mississippi, even in 2026. There was no reason for this tragedy to happen. We just had a 18-year-old young man get sentenced to 35 years. We just had a 14-year-old black boy be murdered and no justice for him. And now we have a 1-year-old toddler who was murdered for something that he had no control over, unfortunately. There's many takes we can have on this, but the right take is we as black people need to unionize, we need to get together, and we need to stand with each other and understand it is open season on us. Because had this been a white mother, and had this been a white baby, that gun would have never went off, and we'd be having a different discussion about we need to make stuff more affordable in this country where a mother feels the need to steal some Pampers. In the words of Airbnb and Rakim, peace.
Please catch it at the next light, man. We in traffic, and I'm back quiet.
Mr. DJ Rose, Vert Keezy, and C's, welcome you to the No More Black Tears podcast.
Black tears that's heaven sent. Barack the first black president. I love my black skin. I love walking in black excellence. Black power, let's represent. All black, that's evident. I'm sure MLK and Malcolm X both didn't die for the hell of it. Strap a seatbelt, go and settle land. What makes you think that we would sell our land? We wouldn't sell our land. What makes you think that we would go ahead and try to sell out then? No more black tears, black on black kids. Love us as is, love with passion. Paying black bills, learning black skills, making black meals. Black is backing. Big shout out to Fred Hampton. I'm black and proud like I'm James Brown, but I ain't doing no acting. My people here from the motherland. This podcast now active.